Hey everyone, checking in on cryptocurrency. We got Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, and TRX here again. Consolidating at this point for a couple days in a row. It's been very healthy consolidation. It's not the kind of all-out bull move with multiple days of follow-through that would have been ideal to trap shorts, but it is certainly holding on just fine at this point. So we can see this daily time frame for Bitcoin, it does look like a bull flag after the huge surge back on Friday. 2 little days of consolidation, not much pullback at this point. We zoom into the 4-hour time frame, and we had a scenario where we had an equilibrium setting up at the end of our last video yesterday. So we got the high, low of initial consolidation, lower high. Then we hit our higher low, just bare, actually no, there it was, our higher low, another lower high, and this was a bear break of that tight equilibrium. Now when that bear break occurred, we did not break the low of that initial support. The hourly, should say the 4-hour, 12-period exponential moving average support was right there as well. This is the kind of scenario when you break a support level, you zoom out and look for flags because there was no follow-through. So when you break support without follow-through, zoom out, and this is a bull flag at this point. So we held the low of consolidation of 35.75, and we held 35.78, and now we're heading up towards resistance, 36.30, 36.44, and then back up to the high of 37.11. You can see a little uptick in bull volume. The past couple candlesticks, RSI cooled off from very overextended back under 70, and all in all, bulls are just fine holding that 4-hour exponential support. Looking at the hourly time frame, it was a trend change. We had the bear break that didn't get followed through, a long lower wick of bulls buying that dip. Here's our higher low. Here's our bull break, changing the hourly trend, and now another higher low and higher high following through with that momentum shift. So this is the kind of scenario where if you're looking for a bullish entry into a position, you're just bottom fishing the low of consolidation at that point. So that low, again, is down at 35.75, and you could either just enter and put your stop below it and hope that it holds, or a little bit more patient would be waiting for the hourly trend to change and then entering and putting your stop below that level. It's less risk, but it's also less reward because you have to wait for the bulls to prove a little bit more follow through before you make that entry. So we have a couple resistances to be watching overnight tonight. Bull MAC decross trying to follow through on the hourly again, and keep an eye out for an hourly volume spike. We're going to have to see that in order to make our way back up to the recent high of 37.11. Also want to be watching comparison of what individual names are doing. We know Litecoin has been the lead bull at this point compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's look at Litecoin. It's already seen continuation today, 2 days in a row of higher lows and higher highs. This is the ideal kind of follow through because, again, it's not allowing shorts much of a chance to be comfortable or establish a game plan or close out their positions without having to buy at the ask. So here's a scenario where we had our high of the bull move, our low of the pullback, lower high, double bottom, and then big bull break today. So here's another scenario where looking for the hourly trend change was an early signal. Here's our double bottom by 3 pennies, our lower high of 43.74, higher low of 42.46. There's your bull break. 43.74 is the signal with a lot of bull volume behind it, and made it all the way back up over 46. Saw 2% of follow through over that resistance, and still healthy overall. Now we have a new short-term support level of 45.41. So Litecoin is still strong, but at least over the last couple of hours, we're seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum catch up a little bit. So check out for me personally, when I just look at charts, it's a lot easier for me. I can pretty much tell how they compare to each other with strength and weakness by looking at their individual charts. But it's not that easy for everybody. So by all means, don't forget to use the LTC BTC chart when looking to compare Litecoin and Bitcoin. And we can see that over the last couple of days that Litecoin has far exceeded the gains of Bitcoin, but as far as past half dozen hours goes, we've consolidated. And so Bitcoin's playing a little bit of catch up, but this is still very healthy consolidation. If we're going to see Bitcoin try and make up any real ground against Litecoin, we're going to have to lose the 4-hour uptrend, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. So Litecoin is still a lead bull as long as the 4-hour uptrend is intact, in my opinion. And Litecoin's situation as we head into tonight, ideal scenario is for the bulls to hold this low of 45.42 and try and make their way back up over $47. Remember, on the daily time frame, we're in an area with a lack of resistance. 50 psychological is the next resistance level for LTC. And again, the weekly time frame with the candlestick about to close is a trend change. We have the little higher low, huge bull volume, and higher high. And we're going to be watching close to see if these exponential moving averages can give us this bull cross of the 12 and 26 period. Last time that happened was back when we were single digits. So obviously it's been a really long time. The bear cross occurred in the 150s, and now we're looking for that bull cross again. It require the bulls holding up this move for another 3 or 4 weeks or so. So certainly not happening just yet, but this is a great end of the week for Litecoin bulls. Ethereum, comparing it to the other two, daily time frame already seeing continuation here as well. So in my opinion, we have Ethereum now the number 2 spot behind, well, actually Binance is going to be number 2. Ethereum's number 3, and it's now ahead of Bitcoin because we are seeing continuation already. So here's the 4-hour consolidation where we had our high, low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, bear break without a lot of follow through, and now significant turnaround for these bulls. So that's the scenario again where you zoom out to the daily time frame and you see it was a bull flag, and now we're following through with that bull flag with the break of 124.88. Next couple resistance levels, 132.36 and 134.50. So still a couple resistance levels nearby, and the ideal scenario for Litecoin had no resistances nearby, so the bulls are moving a lot easier. But keeping an eye out to see if the Ethereum bulls can keep this momentum up. So 118 is our new most important support level. Anything over that is a 4-hour higher low. Again, these 4-hour exponential moving averages, we remember how great they've been for bear guides. We've been playing the zoom out game for the bears for months at this point. We've rejected from the 4-hour exponential resistances consistently. Here's a great example of them acting as key support. And the 4-hour Bitcoin chart is holding it. The Litecoin 4-hour chart held that support after just kissing it, and Ethereum also grinding this support and holding it to continuation. So that's a guide, and we can say as long as 4-hour exponential 12 period is support, the bulls keep full control. And this move is very fresh, happening right now in just the last hour or so. And short-term support 123.24, and here are the bulls looking for continuation, trying to get over 126.51. There's the bull break while we're talking, and nice follow through. So it's very clear that the market bulls in the cryptocurrency space are out tonight. And the question is, how much follow through can we get? And can the Bitcoin bulls join the party and break 37.11 as we're heading up towards resistance of 36.44 right now? XRP trying to form the higher low, not a bull flag, because the size of the move that we saw from the low of 29 to the high of 32.5, that's 3.5, and we gave more than half of that back. So it's still a tightening equilibrium pattern to be watching with our low, high of the bounce, higher low, lower high, and now another higher low. Key support is 303 and key resistance is 325. Let's see if the bulls can break 325 and give us a clear confirmation of the daily trend change to try and catch up with these other names, because we are still in a daily downtrend for XRP, and that is not the case for anybody else that we just looked at. Binance lead bull continues, daily increasing bull volume. It's just been an all-out 2-week massive bull run at this point. The 4-hour uptrend, we had the bull flag last we looked at it on the 4-hour time frame. That was 854 support. That certainly followed through with really nice continuation. And now we're looking at a new support level down at 888. So trading a bit sideways. 888 is support, 930 is resistance, and if the bulls are able to get over 930, we're then looking up at 944 is the next level. Keeping in mind for Binance that we are due for daily consolidation, but as long as these other names remain bullish, then we will likely see Binance hold up pretty well as well. And again, what stands out the most to me, look at this orange line down here. That's average 20-day volume. So we had the average 20-day volume really low. It started to see an uptick on this dump, and now it's just slow and steady increasing for the last 2.5 months, and it's all bulls. So look at the dump and look at the volume, nothing standing out, and then look at this accumulation and reversal of some longer-term daily and weekly trends, and it's all on solid bull volume. So very notable that that volume is picking up consistently, and if we're looking at these other major names like Bitcoin, the volume average is still dropping off here. So it's a very different story. Let's see if Litecoin, the lead bull, is seeing. So there's the uptick in volume just starting now. But again, can't disregard the fact that Binance for months at this point has been seeing increasing bull volume, and very notable for this shift in momentum. TRX, bear break on the daily. So we had a low, a high, higher low, lower high, and we broke support. Let's see by how much, 251, and we broke to 2489. Bears are not going to get a lot of follow through in this environment because everybody else is so bullish, but it's very clear that TRX the last 2 days, with giving back the entirety of any bull action that we've seen in the last 4 days, is a much weaker name than anybody we've looked at. It's almost like this bull move has completely passed by without TRX taking any notice of it. So while the bears are not getting much follow through, we're certainly not seeing any bullish action. Have to break 276 to change that. But as of right now, pretty much the setup right here tells me that if Bitcoin and these major names were to see some daily consolidation early this coming week, TRX is not positioned well to absorb that, and we're probably going to head down and test 24 support if that does indeed end up being the case. So as we head into tonight, Bitcoin's going to try and make their way back up to 3711 resistance. Litecoin is holding on very strong, sideways on the hourly time frame right now, watching for a break of the low of consolidation or $47. And Ethereum starting to flex a little bit with these bulls showing up and big 2-hour bull move. We're seeing these names individually run one at a time again, just looking at the hourly chart. So obviously Ethereum the last 2 hours has seen this breakout, and we look at Litecoin, that breakout happened back at 11 a.m. here, and that was 7 hours ago. So you get your Litecoin big bull breakout on the hourly. Now Ethereum's next, and let's see after a few hours if Bitcoin is going to take its turn and make its way up to 3711 resistance. So congrats to the bulls, keeping up well, holding on to that momentum, still keeping an eye on the LTC shorts, which are still very high. We cooled that off and saw a lot of shorts close very rapidly. Almost looks like a big market order or shorts getting stopped out, but they're climbing again. So this is another scenario where, again, the shorts for Litecoin are pretty much all-time highs. There's been 3 days where the shorts have been higher than where they are right now. So if the Litecoin bulls can break 47 and see continuation early this week, that pressure is going to continue to build up on these shorts, and we can see short squeeze scenarios with this setup. That's why I'm more interested in Litecoin shorts than I am the Bitcoin shorts, because those are not high at this point. And checking in on Ethereum, those are not high at all either. So Litecoin shorts have my eye just because they are still extremely high. Have a great weekend. Sunday night. I guess there's not much time left to have a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. I'll get...
Here's the baby. Baby goat. Is it the baby goat?